Hi, it's been a minute, I know, but today we're going to be having our very first review on the channel. Yay! I'm so excited because I've always wanted to do this, especially this year. I've actually had it in mind, and because it is very necessary. I told you that this year we are all for what? Growth. Okay, we're preaching growth, so I thought to do a very first book review, the book I actually read for the first quarter of the year. Okay, usually the book was supposed to be for 40 days, but I ended up reading it for about the whole quarter. That's about 3 months, which is because I wasn't reading it every single day. Things just happened and happened and happened. But as I will always say that it should be at your pace. You're not in competition with anybody, as long as you're working, taking a daily process to work on your life, on yourself. So it's just the competition between you and yourself, or between you and who you were yesterday. That's basically it. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to be starting with study essentials, because I feel like the first step to actually reading a book is actually to prepare to read a book. Yes, you have to be mentally ready, physically ready. You have to be ready before you start to read a book. Okay, I know some days you just pick up the book and just read it, but literally you have to be ready. These are some essentials that you will need to make your book reading really interesting. For me, I read this book I'm about to review. I read it in the hard copy version. Okay, I love hard copy books. Ever since my photochromic lenses broke, I just it's enjoyable for me when I read hard copy books. Okay, some of you would love to read soft copies, so whatever thing you like, just do what you prefer. Okay, so some of the essentials that I have here is, they are my highlighters. I have them in different colors. I have in royal blue, I think I have in pink, brown, and some other color, but I just brought these two to show you guys as samples so you guys could see. Okay, this is what I use, highlighter, so that I can highlight the things, the major points. And it helps because whenever you're just flipping through the book, you can just check it out, because the highlighters are making those words pop and to be easy for you to find. So highlighters are very important, just to underline those your favorite words. And of course, there's no how you can read without a pen, because you have to journal down, you have to write what you've learned, right? That is the essence of actually studying the book, to get benefit from it. Okay, that's why I always implore people, I always encourage you to read books that are really not so fictional. I prefer to read books that are inspired. I prefer to read books that are life lesson books, books that are like non-fictional, basically books that you can actually share with people's real life experiences. I love to read such books. So these are the essentials you need to also read. And also, of course, my favorite journal is here, you guys. I don't know how to make it not to be upside down, but it says God's girl, and it says Osas, and it says here, the Lord, the God of Israel, said to me, write down in the book everything that I have told you. Jeremiah 30 verse 1 to 2, I think, summarizingly. Okay, that's what the journal looked like. And I wrote Osas, my name here, so you can have, I just like having these things in a fancy version, because they just encourage writing for me. And yes, I sell them. You can email me. I sell them at really affordable prices. Just email me. I'll leave my email in my description box if you want some of this girls journal and stuff like that. Okay, so those are some of the essentials. And one thing I do not do is I do not read with music. I know some people are going to come for me for this, but I don't know how you guys do it. I can't combine really studying and right from when I was in school, my uni days, I don't really study with music, because it's just total distraction for me. Some people say it makes them feel calm, it helps them, but for me it is a no, because I don't flow well with it. Okay, yeah, so I don't really do that. So I don't use music to read, but do whatever works for you. Okay, anything that works for you, as long as to motivate you to read, to study, to write, just do it. So I'm going to put this out as some of the essentials I used to study just before I start reviewing it, so that in case you want to study, okay, after this review, you will know some of the things that you should be doing that can also help you enjoy reading. Okay, so let's go to the book review proper. Okay, so yeah, so now we have listed the essential. You guys, are you guys ready to know the book that we are going to be reviewing today? Drum rolling. We are going to be reviewing the Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. What on earth am I here for? You guys, this book is as old can be. Okay, very old. It's just in our house, and it's so old. as you can see, and I'm going to be reading this book today. Of course, I'm not going to be giving you guys spoilers because it won't be good for the author, right? Okay, because they put in a lot of effort to write this book, and I believe that if I tell you guys everything, you guys read the book. So I'm just here to give you guys a tiny review because I'm really interested in your growth and your development, okay, and your work with God here on this channel. So if I see something that resonates so well with my spirit and has blessed me, I will run here to come and share, because that is the purpose of having a channel like this, to also share my view and share my experience that can also be of help to you, okay? So before I even go straight to the review, I want you to know that reading is a very important and crucial, part of life, and it should be something we do. It's not as easy as it is. That's why I needed to list all those essentials, just to boost your motivation and just to boost you to read, okay? Because it is very important that we read, because in the course of reading, we share other people's life experience, and we share other people's thoughts on different matters, okay? As I said, that's why I love to read books that will actually lift my spirit, okay? So while I was waiting on God this year, I was just trusting God. What should I study? What should I read? Which video should I be watching? Because I am very interested in what I feed into my spirit, okay? The whole online space is going to feed you with a lot of junks. That's the truth. It's left for you to decide what you let into your spirit, what you allow yourself to watch. So while I was just trusting God and I was waiting, I got this book, okay, and I was so blessed that I found this book. It's so much resonated with what the theme of my personal stuffs retreats, okay? And then I was like, this is so beautiful, and this is something I need to share with my Osas family, my Osas tribe, right? Because of course we are here for the growth, okay? Well, something you need to know is that this book is a 40 days read. You're supposed to read one chapter every day for 40 days. I wish I had read it for 40 days, but I didn't have the time, to be honest. I did not have the time, but it didn't stop me, okay? There are days where I did not actually read the book at all. There are days where I go a whole day. In fact, there was one time I went like 3 days I wasn't reading this book because I was involved in so much activities. At a point I had to travel, just so much, okay, happening. That was why. But I did not relent, okay? And that's what I always also encourage, to actually set realistic goals. To be honest, for this quarter I actually said that I was going to read one book. In my mind I had the feeling that, okay, I would have read more than one, but I was happy that I only said one book per quarter, because that way I don't put too much pressure on myself, yet I achieve my goal. If you watch my tiny micro habits, you know more about building tiny micro habits that can change your life. I will leave that in the description, so you can just take your time to read this book, okay? The book says 40 days, and I felt bad that I couldn't read in 40 days, but I did not at all feel discouraged, okay? And I still learned what I learned, okay? This book is not something you just read like a journal or like a novel. No, if you really want to get the impact of this book, you will have to definitely take your time to study this book. You cannot be reading this book mindlessly and be watching a movie. You have to if you want to really get the benefit of this book, you have to like concentrate and listen to what the book is saying. If you have ever been in the situation where you're trying to navigate life, find your space in this world, why am I here on earth? I think most times we just live life, we just live years on earth, but it's high time we start to make our life count, and it's high time to start to make our years count, and not just count our age in this life, okay? Every year you're getting older. Especially when I clocked this age that I clocked this year, I was like, wow, where did time go? Okay. But it got to me. My birthday always gets to me, okay, January. But I was like, instead of staying here and just thinking of what I would have achieved and where I would have been, blah blah blah, why don't I start putting a lot of effort to see and trust God to restore all those years by putting in also my effort? So it is very important, okay, that you should take charge of your life. So if you really want to find the reason why you're on earth, this book will give you a lot of insight towards that journey. This book is just like a guide, of course, and the Holy Spirit will do the rest, but it's just like a guide. It really opened your eyes. It enlightened me. It opened my eyes to a lot of things that I should be doing on earth, and it kind of gave me more focus on who I am, okay, and what I should be doing. And so that's why I'm like, I had to come here to share, because this is something that I believe that each and every one of you need, okay? So the first thing you want to do when you get a book, to like read the first page. I think all of us, the content and the journey, everything in the first page is very important that you take time to read it. But there's something that I did not do. I did not read I read this part of the book, like just like a brief description of the author. Okay, usually at the back of the book like this. But what I didn't do is that I did not read the back, like this part of the book, the one that has like the pages, the chapter. I use this to like cover space, to know what's other where I am or where I stopped. That's what I use. But I didn't really check this notes part. Yes, all these parts, in fact, this appendix, yes, it's called appendix. I didn't really check all these things. I just went ahead, started reading after I read the first page. So I will really urge you to read the appendix, because some of the scriptural verses here, the chapters and the book were not written here, like in the writing. It was inscribed at the back. So when you read whatever scripture you find, you just go to the back and check it. I don't know if you get it. When you get the book, you understand better, right? If you check here, you just check here, and then you find where the scriptures were inscribed. Okay, like I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So read the back of the book to understand. And there's even a place you can actually email them. Do you know, I didn't know that there was that page until in chapter 24, I guess. I think 24, thereabouts. Although the book actually make reference to it, so that was how I found it. But so that was how I found that they had an email, and I started to email them, and oh my god, they sent me beautiful messages, and you can even download like a Bible reading plan and stuff like that. It's really beautiful. So I think you should read the back and the front of the book before you actually start reading the book. That way you just get the overall insight of what the book is about. This book is extremely wonderful. I think I said that, but let me say it again. This book is wonderful, extremely wonderful. It's something you should definitely try. Okay, I don't want to give too much detail because, as I said, I don't want to give spoilers, and I know that this book is a very old book, so a lot of people have literally read this book. So I think I'm the one just trying to catch up, because I was literally led to read this book, and it has been a blessing. And so I urge you, this book will give you direction, it will give you an insight, it will give you like, oh wow, you'll be like, wow, so this is why I am on earth, right? So you don't end up living life like you just wake up every day and you just, life is far beyond hustling for money. It is important, but life is beyond just, let me get up and just look for, let me go and hustle. Today you are going to work early in the morning. Those that do like 8 to 4 or 9 to 5, or you're a business person, an entrepreneur, and you're just waking up every morning, the same thing. Life is too short. It's too delicate to just leave it like that without finding your purpose, without finding that thing that gives you fulfillment, okay? Without finding, why am I here on earth? Are you just here because of yourself, or are you here to also impact the lives of others? This book will help you, because with the way the world is so busy, everybody trying to find daily bread, which is very important, but life is far beyond that, okay? And when you find your purpose, trust me, in a way, it just gives you that peace, and when you have peace of mind, you can function properly, trust me. And then you find that other things just have a way of aligning, okay? Finding your purpose doesn't mean that, automatically it's like a magic wand, your life totally, but it gives you an insight of, what am I truly here for? And that is a lot, okay? So this book is it, okay? I will advise everybody to please read this book. And thank God the year is still fresh. We're just done with the first quarter. We still have like 3 more quarters to go. But so please, I really encourage you, because I want the best for you. Live life with a purpose, and this book is it, okay? And I believe there are other books too, but this is one book that I know have blessed me, okay? And for those that have read the book, you can also leave your comments in the comment section, but please do not give spoilers. I have so much to say about this book, but me coming to give you guys deep details, you might not want to read the book again. That's what I feel. And for the author's sake too, I believe the author wrote this book so people could read it for themselves and get the benefit thereof, okay? So I'm encouraging you. This is like me giving you a review. This is a very good review, and I'm telling you that this book is a very good read that you should try reading this year, okay? You will totally immersely be blessed, okay? Read this book, okay? And as I said before, you're not just reading this book and depending on it solely, but you're also reading it with the help of the Holy Spirit, okay? So that as you are reading it, it also gives you insight, personal insight that would help your life, okay? I always say this, and I'm always going to be loud about it. There's no life without God. That's just the truth. There's no life without God, okay? He's the reason for existence. He's everything, okay? So please, as you're reading this book, also ask the Holy Spirit to help you. You would definitely be blessed. This is a must read. and you will thank me when you finish reading this book. So let me know your thoughts when you finally read this book. And as for those that have read the book, let me know what your comments in the comment section concerning this book. Okay, so this is something I will try to do every quarter. I would have said every month, but I'm not trying to do more than I can. I'm not trying to bite more than I can chew, right? I believe that quarterly is more feasible. For something that you can also do that can help you read this book, for those that probably might not be able to finish reading this book in 40 days. Yeah, because it's supposed to be a chapter every day. You can actually count the pages of this book. And then you can count the pages of this book, and then you can, read it, share it per day. Like, okay, maybe every page you can read it for as long as those pages. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Just count the pages and then share it daily. Or you can say, okay, I'm going to read certain pages in 2 days, in 3 days. Just do it at your own pace, okay? Say 40 days, but I'm really encouraging you, if you can read this book for 40 days, oh my God, it will speed the process of the whole impact of the book. So I really, if you can for 40 days, please make sure you read for 40 days. I'm just saying that if you really want to read this book, let you not reading it for 40 days discourage you from reading it. You get what I'm trying to say? That's why I'm saying just do it at your own pace, but also don't be extremely slow. Just always, push yourself. Okay, of course, reading is not like the most exciting thing. It is for some people. I love reading, okay, but I won't say it's the most exciting thing I would love to do. I will not come here and be like, oh, I read 100 books. No, okay, it's not the most exciting. But I've seen people that they are junkies, book junkies. They live for books, literally. So, but I'm trying to navigate my way through it this year. I'm trying to be more intentional, more deliberate about reading books that will impact my life. So you can also join the train that we read. Okay, book. If you want me to, if you want me to like organize maybe a group where we can read and share books or whatever it is, let me also know in the comment section. I just want us to really grow with the help of God this year. Okay, I want us to develop ourselves and just trust God that God will crown our efforts and everything we're putting on to becoming better versions of ourselves. It will not be in vain, in Jesus' name, literally. Amen. And I pray that as you read this book, you will find value for whatever you read. You'll totally be blessed. Okay, so yeah, I just thought to share that with my beautiful Osas family because I love you guys so much. You guys already know that I really, really do love you guys. So if you're new here, my name is Blessing Osas Esosa. That's the full, but I love it when you guys call me Osas. Okay, just makes it very simple. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I know a lot of you is not intentional. Sometimes you just watch and you get carried away and you forget to subscribe or even like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like. And if it's something that really blessed you, this video is something that you really like, please don't forget to also share with your family and with your friends. And with that, it is me, your girl, your favorite girl in the building, signing out, and I will definitely see you on another wonderful video. Bye.